Hello everyone and welcome back to the final episode of Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This is a post-commentary episode because we are just going to cover the last little bits of content that I have left to show off. First of all, we are here back in Hebra Mountain to get this guy. This is a Moa. He is an echo that we had missed, because I didn't even realize he was supposed to be an echo. So, I actually don't know how you're supposed to get the Moa in normal practice, because as you can see here, he just disappears after some time. So I don't know if he has to be the first thing you have to defeat, or he has to be the last thing you defeat. But basically what I do here is I'm just trying to figure out a way to get him to respawn. So one thing you can do if you have a lot of open world warps available to you is jump around the world. Jump to another warp point and then warp back to Hebra Mountain and drop down. He is supposed to spawn all over the place, but the best spots to find him is after the third cave, which is in this upper area. So as long as if you are in the upper peaks of the Hebra Mountain region, you should be able to get Moa to spawn. So I am adamant that fire would be the best tool in order to get the echo to spawn. Right now I'm just trying to pick a enemy or an echo to use. Do not use the Deku Babas because they eat the enemy echo and all. You do not want that. You just need some enemies. So I went with the boomerangs because that's a long-ranged attack and it failed. So then I decided to try a different tactic for respawning the Moa by going into and out of the cave. Because if this works, this is a different load screen. And if it doesn't work well, then it just means that I use the warp tactic. So this time I try using the fire keys. Oh, never mind. What did I try to use this time? I know that ranged attack is the best tool. There is no live commentary. I just did this very quietly. Every thought in my head. I had no chatting dialogue at all. So there's not even me going back into my footage to figure out what I was thinking, because I didn't think anything out loud. So my first instinct was maybe the reach of the level 3 knight would work, or maybe and he's gone. But we did find out that the cave did work, so out and back in. Ultimately, we do use electricity to stun the Moa and then a strong attacking enemy. So that is my recommendation to fight and get the echo. While this is still going, I do want to talk real quick that this is in fact the last episode. We are going to cover all of the missing elements of Echoes of Wisdom, including items that I've missed and the potions smoothie shop. So now that we've got the Moa, I don't use it, and I probably should have. For now, we are over in the Eternal Forest, trying to figure out how to get the Lynel to spawn. I had to look this up. It said that I was in Central Eternal Forest. And then I was looking and saw nothing, but then I started to see these hooves, and I'm like, we don't have horses in the forest. So then I started following, and then I remembered what the Lynel looks like, and I'm like, this has to be it. You have to follow the hoof print trail into this upper corner, because this definitely looked like a Lynel arena. And I was right. You have to follow the hooves from start to finish to spawn in the Lynel. So if you're looking to get this for your final confrontation against Null, or even for the Slumber Dojo, highly recommend you understand the method of which to unlock this. My recommendation for facing off against the Lynel here is a strong echo like the level 3 Sword Blin, or the Lizalfos, or the Knight. Otherwise, we got ourselves the strongest echo in the game. So, spawning it in, look at how beautiful that is. I have my dog with me. Next up, we go back to the Deku Tree just to show once more that we in fact did learn all of the echoes that we had collected. He has no more wisdom to impart on us, which is okay, but this does mean that we now have a full log of all the collectible echoes. Next, we head back to the dojo because there is the ultimate training. The one that I ended up passing on before we left to face off against Null. This is going to be a 6-stage battle against the Seismic Talus, Volcavor, Maugriff, Volvagia, Goma, and Scorchill. So we start off fighting against Seismic Talus and basically do the very basic attacks. We have so much power and abilities that we don't even need to use an echo for this battle. I do recommend making sure that you have strong stats with your might crystals in your sword abilities, bow and bombs. I'm sure that we could have used bombs. I don't. I found that the use of the bombs were just highly impractical, which of course is just my own feelings on the matter. Once we destroy the Seismic Talus, we go right into battle with Volcavor, the fish. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that for this battle process, we try to stay faster than our original battles. So what I'm trying to do is figure out how can I fight Volcavor faster than when we faced him off in the initial 3 battle. Because he was a problem then. And the answer is that we actually can fight him using the sword fighter form. Also, we can use 2 chomp fins. Oh gosh, I can't remember the names. The echoes I'm using I haven't used in a while. In fact, I haven't touched Echoes of Wisdom for a while since I beat the game. So even though you guys are seeing the episodes daily, I did beat the game a while ago. And so I haven't touched it because I beat the game and I was working on other projects and doing work and other work. So what we've got is basically us fighting Volcavor. attacking him with the sword form is probably the best way to pop the bubbles on his back. We do spawn in the chomp fins underneath, and we defeated him. 1:47. I remember our initial playthrough. We were at like 4 minutes in the first 3-stage rematch with the first 3 bosses. Mogriff, we have in our arsenal a Lynel to help do so much attack damage, and even just spawn in and attack. So what we do is we basically go all out trying to destroy these enemies so quickly using the Lynel. We actually use the Lynel a lot in this rematch because we have the Echo. So now I am deciding how to do ranged attacks, because now he's in the air. The Lynel can't exactly counter airborne attacks. And I remembered that we had quicksand, so I got rid of the jump abilities because we don't really need to be able to jump. What we need to be able to do is walk over the sand without issue. So then I remembered, hey, wait, Sword Fighter form has a bow. And then I also remembered, oh right, Mogriff is going to dive bomb from the skies. I should probably get this prepped so I can knock him down and get a lot of attacks in. And I time it wrong. So then I forgot that Mogriff does this charge attack. And so because of that, he basically does get a lot of cheap shots on me. And I jump in and out of Sword Fighter form so that I could maintain the meter as much as I could. But basically, he's defeated. I took way longer than I expected on this round, just because I was being very persnickety about how to fight Mogriff. Best answer, Lynel's and the bow form. Now we're in Volvagia's battle, and this one I thought would go way faster. I don't know why the battle against Volvagia took so long. It could be because dealing damage to the green orb does not actually damage Volvagia. So whenever I'm targeting him and I'm hitting the green orb, it's actually not doing damage in the conventional way that I would be expecting. So there's Volvagia again. We're going to break that orb and get a lot of decent hits in. And it's basically this rinse repeat. And what I do is just, I wanted to see if I had fireproof potions for the 4th area, the one that has the heated tiles. I spawn in the Lynel thinking that he might be able to do something, and he can't. But I did manage to break the green orb before he could attack. Unfortunately, I did not do as much damage as I would have wanted. So we go over to the 4th tile, and the Lynel's just gonna jump into the lava trying to chase Volvagia. Now we're gonna drink my fireproof potion. And deal damage against Volvagia. Destroy that green orb, do massive damage, and rinse and repeat. So there's not much else to talk about with Volvagia's battle. It's basically one phase, and this is the phase. I enjoyed playing Echoes of Wisdom for my channel. It was so much fun trying to solve puzzles. Some criticisms that I do have about it though. One would be the automaton. I wish that there was more use for the automatons. I get that they're a non-magical echo, so you could spawn in your automaton without wasting your triangles. But there was a part in the game with the Deku scrubs. You lost your staff and would have made for a great puzzle where you could use Zelda's basic abilities or the automatons to get through it if you built any automatons. But you didn't use the automatons. You didn't even need to do anything with the automatons. The automatons felt very much like an afterthought to the Echoes mechanic, which is fine. Because there's so much more variety with the Echoes, I felt myself go more towards an Echo than I did feel going towards an automaton when it came to solving puzzles and fighting enemies. Now, if you guys ended up using the automatons and found great uses for them and great opportunities to use the automatons, that is awesome. Please tell me how you use the automaton so that in another playthrough, a personal one, I could find out how to do it. Maybe I'll do a Zelda run that is echo-less, except for the obvious platforming ones, so that I could platform, because you have to use echoes for platforming. What else? What else did I have? I recently saw on Blue Sky Social, because I am no longer using X as of this recording, that Nintendo actually does Zelda stories as one of the later game design elements. They don't build the Zelda story first or even process that information in the early stages of their development. So it's very interesting finding that out. It means that the Zelda story we have here is not... They didn't build this game to be a Zelda game. They built the story around the gameplay mechanics, and they found that Zelda's mechanics as this priestess with summoning abilities fit her more than Link. Secondly, the other thing that I had read coming from Blue Sky Social from Nintendo sources is that Echoes of Wisdom was initially designed to be a direct sequel to The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It is why the game style is in the style of Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch, and also why the world that we're in is similar to A Link to the Past, because a Link's Awakening Link is A Link to the Past Link and the Oracle game Links if you follow the unofficial Zelda timeline. And I'm prefacing with like many dozens of asterisks unofficial Zelda timeline, because even though Nintendo has come out with an official Nintendo timeline, it's still ambiguous in a sense about how the Zelda timelines work, about which links are associated to one another, because they've come out and said that the timeline can be applied in many different ways, which means that there is not one way to do a Zelda timeline. There could be many ways. With that said, in the Zelda timeline, it is a Link to the Past link, the Oracle game links, and a Link's Awakening link, all in one timeline and as one link. A Link Between Worlds link is different from a Link to the Past link because it is a different era, and that means that Triforce Heroes link is also different from a Link to the Past link because Triforce Heroes is a sequel to A Link Between Worlds. Now, I actually thought I was done the battles with Scorchill. Ganon being in this did not make me happy because I struggled fighting Ganon in the official storyline. But then I remembered, oh wait, I have a Lynel. Let's just beat up on Ganon with the Lynel. Also, I brought out some more Might Crystal energy so that I could go into Swordsman form, but I basically just fight Ganon using an Echo, which is great. Speaking of Echoes, I do have a new puppy, my 5th puppy, and his name is Echo. Not because of Echoes of Wisdom or anything. It is because his fur almost exactly echoes my first 3 puppies, Maximus, Finian, and Sullivan, and he looks just like a baby Maximus when we first brought him home. So he's like an echo of his uncle. He's not even related to our first 3 dogs. Total tangent on this with my dogs. My dogs, Sullivan and Finian, are brothers. Their uncle, Maximus, is related to them from the same breeder. But Maximus was born after them because of how it happened. So they have a younger uncle, which is super cute. And then we have Saint, who is a black-furred Cocker Spaniel, King Charles Spaniel. And he is so different personality-wise and just all of it. He's so cute still. He's finally mellowed out where I can finally give him cuddles and kisses and hugs without him trying to go and bite my face off. But he is still shy. He does go underneath our furniture for his safety space. We think he's just a very anxious dog. We have taken him to the vet, made sure everything is all nice and healthy. He is a very healthy and well received dog with the vet. He just is very anxious. In fact, he's cuddling me right now, and I'm super happy because he's such a cutie. He was so cute. I need to get off this tangent now. Back to the Ganon fight. Everything about fighting Ganon was very meticulous. I was very much, I'm going to just beat up Ganon using the strongest Echo I have in the game. Because why wouldn't I use the strongest tools that I have? I could have used the Sword Fighter form, but I was not making the same mistake fighting Ganon as playing Dead Man's Volley. With that, at 10 minutes 19.03 seconds, we cleared the Slumber Dojo. Now, I was very much hoping this was all I needed to do in order to get the final full completion. And I am going to tell you how shocked I am that this reward, the Green Tunic, was simply for completing the challenges. So you didn't need to have perfect marks on any of the dojo matches. You just had to complete it. I'm not happy about that. I'm like, no. So all these circles that I have only reward you with 2 gold eggs. I think. I'm not 100% certain, but all you get for perfecting the Slumber Dojo was getting materials. And now I'm showing off the final outfit. This is in fact the final outfit that I did not get during the main game, the Green Tunic. We have every other possible outfit available in the game. I did in fact miss out on an accessory, so coming back over to Dampe after building all of the automatons, Dampe will talk about his treasured possession, the Clockwork Bangle. This accessory requires 5 monster stones to trade to him, and he will give it to you, and the Clockwork Bangle increases the twisting speed for the automatons. So that probably could have made a difference, honestly, as to choosing the automatons over the echoes. But again, the automatons just had more variety. The last thing I'm showing off is, in fact, the final 9 potions. So I really wanted to make sure that every aspect of collectible was done in this game. And since this game has a recipe log, it told me that there's some sort of side quest that's not really a side quest for brewing every single possible smoothie with the Deku scrubs. So what I did was I went and filled in all of the remaining potions. It does require monster guts or a monster tooth, and if you use the wrong ingredient of the 2 monster parts, it will give you the bad smoothie. So I do recommend following the recipes here if you're wanting to make elixirs. Elixirs do differ from smoothies in that they only have one type of effect, the effect of the potion. So whereas making a smoothie with milk and apple to make a milky electro smoothie, I don't remember if that's actually a smoothie, I'm running it as an example, which would give you health and electric proof for a small amount of time, the elixir only would give you electroproofing for a longer amount of time. We are in the final 5 potions, rock climbing, wall climbing I should say, which takes the rock tato. Then we have a glowing potion and the twisty potion, and then that is it. We get special dialogue and special conversations. So as we're brewing these last potions, I want to say that I do have plans to do more Zelda games in the future, but because of how back-to-back my Zelda projects have been with Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Echoes of Wisdom, I'm going to take a break from Zelda titles just for a little bit until we have done a few other games. Zelda titles play far longer than other Zelda titles. Brewing every single type of potion and smoothie out of the 69 logged drinks gives 10 golden eggs. So if you're looking to make a lot of golden brew for fighting Null, this would be how you get the golden eggs. And with that, guys, we are done with the game. Thank you so much for watching this series of The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. If you liked what you saw, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Mash the like button and subscribe if you have not for more Legend of Zelda content. With that, guys, we will see you all in the next project. Dyrezz Plays is out.